Georgia emits about 125 million metric tons of carbon dioxide a year. That's 125 megatons. That's the problem. So there are 3 solutions identified within buildings and materials. The first is retrofitting, and that's a bundle of solutions. Quite a bit goes into the retrofitting solution for Drawdown Georgia. And to give you a sense of what a 1 megaton reduction in carbon footprint would be, we would have to retrofit 20% of Georgia's homes to achieve that 1 megaton. The second solution in this sector is refrigerant management. And this relates to the fact that the chemicals inside of our air conditioners and refrigerators are themselves significant and potent greenhouse gases. And if we can prevent them from going into the atmosphere, then we are saving the global warming potential of those chemicals. And so a 1 megaton reduction in our carbon footprint would come from retrofitting refrigeration systems in Georgia's grocery stores to an average leakage of no more than 8%. The final solution in this sector is recycling, something that I would imagine the average Georgian is perhaps closest to when it comes to climate solutions and environmental practices. But it doesn't mean we're doing a very good job at it. And if we could recycle at least 20% of currently disposed paper waste, that would also translate to a 1 megaton reduction in our carbon footprint.
Is really an energy policy shop. We're based here in Atlanta. We serve 11 states, Virginia to Arkansas to Florida. And our core constituency in that group has been public service commissioners, governor's offices, other decision makers. As we have looked at the data and tried to make compelling cases for why we should invest more, for instance, in weatherizing homes so that we consume less energy, so that we emit less greenhouse gas emissions. What we always dance around in the region is racism. We have a lot of coded language for it, like low-income communities, vulnerable communities. And the more we have gotten into this, looking at it, the more we decided we just had to be real and honest. And we believe that we have a duty to change the way that we are looking at energy efficiency and climate policy, so that not only are people able to make a house like this high quality, livable, have good indoor air quality, consume less electricity, have new appliances like heat pumps, so that we can use this work to also atone for the racism that has gone on in this region, and to actively work in an anti-racist manner in our sector.
57% of residential buildings in the Southeast were built before the nation's first energy code. So before the minimum standards that talked about what pieces of, what insulation, what windows, what HVAC system, what is actually going to help keep the occupants of that residence healthy, safe, secure, and making sure that it's affordable. In fact, we have quite a few more ways that we slice this data that looks at counties, at cities, at states directly across the Southeast that are really starting to drive us to help us understand that this is bigger than a carbon issue. It's a bigger issue than a kilowatt hour, because most of these households don't really speak and think in terms of carbon and in terms of megatons. They're thinking in terms of paying a bill. And so we have become really focused in on, as Mandy kind of previewed, what does it mean to use energy codes or energy policy as a way to close some of these racial gaps that we're seeing in the region?
I just want to emphasize that we very strongly believe, not just at the foundation, but across every stakeholder engaged with Drawdown Georgia to date, that we have to find ways to simultaneously solve our equity challenges and the climate crisis that we have. And in fact, they're not distinct problems. They're interwoven in so many different levels.